You know what? Honestly, ever since I started creating content, I always tried the very best that I could to have the best audio that I could come up with. And of course, I'm not saying it has been spot on every single time. I have had my mishaps when it comes to audio. But at the same time, whenever I would do outdoor videos, I come across this problem. Number one, I don't want to be way too close to the camera because if I'm using a wide angle lens, then that's not going to be flattering. At the same time, if I actually do that, then I can't keep my microphone on top of the camera because I would be too far for clarity and it will not be the kind of audio that I would want to have. I do have kind of a bit of bias to wireless microphones whenever I am outside, but this one actually, thank goodness, has a very unique design, and it's obviously not one of those microphones that's been copying that three-letter brand. So it really is unique and has some features that you never thought you needed or wanted. In this video, let's check out the Saramonic BlinkMe B2 wireless microphone. Now, this wireless microphone is not going to be for everybody. I think even the brand saw that when they were coming up with this. This is not for people who don't want their mics to be seen. It's not for people who need their mics not to be seen because this microphone was again intended to be seen in frame on the person that is speaking in front of the camera. So this is the Saramonic BlinkMe B2. It's 2 transmitters, 1 receiver, and basically this is the entire thing. The 2 transmitters are connected to this slightly larger square thing, which is actually the receiver. And what I love about this, of course, is when you remove the 2 transmitters magnetically, they automatically turn on. So all the pieces turn on, and it's that easy, you know, it's that straightforward. And of course, you're gonna need a way to connect your receiver to your camera. And what I really like about this is that the whole package is a complete package, if that makes sense. So there's a dual TRRS cable that's actually adaptive to the microphone. So that actually also works with a TRS port. And we have another cable that goes straight to USB-C. We have another cable that goes straight to Lightning, which is soon to be extinct, thank God. And we have another USB-C to USB-A cable for charging the receiver. And now, of course, the receiver also acts as the charging hub for the transmitters. So whenever they are connected, it's automatically charging, except when the battery on the receiver is running low because it's going to conserve some for itself so that it can make sure that it can record what you are trying to record and prioritize also having batteries for itself. So there, it doesn't really come with the charging case because technically this is the entire charging case, but this entire package already comes inside the box and it has everything you're going to need. It also comes with a phone clamp right here if you're going to use phones for this. It comes with a lot of attachments basically. So if you're going to use it on the camera, it comes with this magnetic hot shoe attachment right here. So you put that onto your camera's hot shoe, lock it in, and now you basically have a magnet right here. So when you remove one of the transmitters, then automatically that space is going to be for this magnetic mount right here. So you can actually keep one of the transmitters on this if you're only gonna use one transmitter. And technically during this time, the receiver is on, but this extra transmitter is off, so it's actually conserving battery as well. I mostly use this just for myself, so I get to keep one of the transmitters charging or fully charged whenever I'm shooting because one is turned off. Now it also comes with multiple ways to clip your transmitter onto your clothes. Now this one is another magnetic clip that you basically attach here, And so it depends on what you're actually wearing. But of course, this can go right here and you can start talking. But this is actually a bit too close for me. And the risk of that is it might get my plosives. So instead, I like using this other mounting mechanism, which is another magnet that you put inside your shirt, wherever you want, basically, and then place it in the right position or with the proper distance that you want. I think that's good enough to keep my audio clear and crisp without getting a lot of the pops. So that alone actually already gives you an idea of how to use the microphone. But of course, there is a whole lot more to talk about because this transmitter is not just a microphone, of course, it's also a screen. Meaning that since it is a screen, there are some implications to that. And number one would be the user interface. Now, the biggest selling point is the fact that you can change whatever the transmitter is displaying on the screen. And obviously, what I've done is actually change that into my logo and also the logo of our studio. So one of the transmitters is showing my logo right here, and this other transmitter has the logo of our studio, Altspace. Now this is actually really good because if and when you actually mean to show the microphone that you're using, it gives you the opportunity to use your microphone as a tool for branding. So basically, I've been using this for almost all the videos that I've put up ever since I received this microphone. And I've had my logo on my shirt, or I've had the logo of the studio on my shirt. And I actually like that because I need to be advertising this place as well. But at the same time, aside from being to put whatever, like my good friend Bea Chu, my partner here at the studio, has her own set. Now she puts the face of her dog Hayes on one of the transmitters, and on the other one is Iron Man's arc reactor. So if you're actually wearing something that matches the whole Tony Stark theme, then you can have the arc reactor right here. So, there's a lot of ways to be creative when it comes to using this as a tool for branding, or just maybe just, showing off a logo, showing off some graphics, or just making it a conversation piece at the same time. But of course, you also have the options of having some necessary things on the display. For example, right now it's actually showing the gain level. So while I speak, it's actually showing that green bar right there. It's showing the signal health and the battery level. At the same time, there's an icon that says that I'm recording in mono. So you can record in mono or stereo, plus also the gain adjustment levels right there. But using the screen, of course, will allow you to also modify what you see there. And basically, you can turn it off, you can keep it on, you can keep it on with a logo, or you can keep it on with all of those information, depending on what you want the screen to be showing. Plus, of course, some more controls. You can change the transmitter gain right here, the brightness of the screen, which is very important so that it's not too bright for your camera, and of course, noise reduction, because it also comes with intelligent noise reduction for both transmitters, which can help you in situations wherein you do need to reduce noise. Now, in general, no matter what brand of microphone I'm using, I'm not quite a fan of noise reduction just because some of the brands tend to go a bit overboard with it. I haven't personally used the noise reduction on this one myself, but I will test it out in this video, of course, so you can also see and you be the judge about the quality of the noise reduction. Now, conveniently, you don't even need to go into the settings so much for noise reduction because technically it has its dedicated yellow button right here for noise reduction, and you just press that to turn it on or off. So it's going to be very easy to switch even in the middle of filming a clip. Now, before I plug this in, last two things. How do you change the background? How do you import the logos that you want to use, well, it comes with a smartphone app, so it's very easy to use. And anyone who uses wireless microphones should be able to figure out how to use that app because it's very straightforward and has a user-friendly user interface. And the last bonus, of course, is the fact that it actually can record up to 22 hours of audio on board, which means that you can either use these as separate recording devices. For example, you don't want to use what the camera is recording, so these can actually record up to 22 hours worth of audio for you, and you can just sync them in later onto your videos. Or more prudently, what you can do is record with the camera and at the same time record on board, which gives you a good backup whenever there's a possibility of interference between the transmitters and the receivers. At the same time, if you're recording on board separately with two transmitters, then that's going to give you a lot of options and a lot more flexibility in mixing your audio. Of course, if you are using two transmitters and there are two people talking. So you're gonna have different controls of gain and basically everything separately when it comes to mixing the audio, so you can definitely balance out the volume of the voice of one speaker with another and also the ambient sound. So the combination of using the onboard recording for the two transmitters, plus of course the receiver on your camera recording on your camera onto the SD card with the footage, well, you have more options to work with, gives you better security that your audio is clear and that you are actually getting audio, you're recording audio, because believe me, that happens way too much that you thought everything you said was caught on camera, but actually your transmitter or your receiver stopped working, or you weren't able to plug in the cable properly. So at the end of the day, all of these features give you more options and more security that you're recording good audio for your videos. So there, I'm gonna plug this in onto the camera so that you can be the judge about the audio quality. Okay, so now I have the transmitter right here and of course the receiver on the camera, and this is the sound with the microphone in mono recording with just one transmitter because this one is off. Now I don't have noise reduction right now, so this is without any noise reduction effects or anything. Well, it's wireless, so obviously I can walk around. I mean, these wireless microphones technically have a range of usually 100 meters, some even more. Yeah, so I can walk around and technically my audio should be the same because I am within line of sight to the transmitter and I'm now behind the camera, and walking around should be the same. That's it. And yeah, this time we should be getting a bit of noise reduction. Now, there's not so much noise here. Some cars can be heard from outside, so that should be triggering the noise reduction right now. And someone knocked. All right, so conveniently, someone knocked on the door, and my good friend Io has just bought a new chair, and so he is just dragging it on the floor of the studio, and that will act as our test noise. Now, this is without noise reduction, and we still have obviously that, so you should be hearing a bit more of the noise right now. I normally don't give any opinion about sound quality because number one, it's very hard to let you guys experience the sound quality as well, because obviously it will be very different if you're listening to this on your smartphone, on your computer, with whatever headphones or speaker or anything. Basically, it's not going to be consistent unless all of us who will be forming an opinion about this are using studio monitors. But in any case, I do think that this particular one from Saramonic fits my vocal profile the best because I actually hate the sound of my voice in videos. So I think this one brings out a lot of the lower frequencies more, so gives me a bit of a stronger voice, and I really like that. I don't know if you agree, let me know. But In any case, for me, at the very least, I really like how this sounds. But more importantly, it's the function for me. All of the ergonomic functions, all the little things, the magnets, the mounting mechanisms, the user interface, the unique style of course, having a screen on the microphone, and all of that basically just leads me towards actually liking this particular microphone. Now, I'm gonna be honest, the first time that I ever saw this microphone online, I was like, wait, what? What are they doing? Yeah, because it's, I think, the first of its kind that it actually has a screen that's meant to be seen. And this is a whole lot better than the older wireless microphones with screens that you don't really have a choice on what it's going to display. So now that we have options in terms of what will be seen on the screen of the microphone, then it's actually gives you it actually gives you a lot more control with the overall feel and the overall aesthetic of your videos as a YouTuber, a TikToker, or any content creator. So at first it was kind of weird for me, but now it makes perfect sense. Now, if there's one thing that I wanted on this one that is not there, is of course the option of having an extra lav so that you could keep this and hide this wherever, and you can use the lav, and that would be the one that would be seen or would be relatively hidden. And that is basically how a lot of the other wireless microphones work. It would have been perfect if it had that feature, but then again, I think it might actually make the microphone bigger, the transmitter specifically bigger, if it were to have a port for a lav right here. So I don't know, maybe Saramonic can also have, like, I don't know, maybe a BlinkMe Pro that would have a bigger screen, but also a port that would make it more flexible. And I think if I had that with the audio profile of this microphone, well, yeah, that's going to be my mainstay microphone. But yeah, if you have any comments about the sound quality, about any questions, of course, you can leave them down below in the comment section. And if you want some more samples, then obviously a lot of the videos that I've been doing in the past few weeks, both on YouTube and Instagram, I've been using this setup. So you can kind of see the range, at least in terms of how it sounds with my voice. In any case, if this is your first time watching on this channel, my name is Nicco Valenzuela. I'm actually a landscape and architectural photographer, but of course, obviously also a content creator. And this channel has everything about those things, plus a whole lot of gear. So if you're into that, click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. But in any case, thank you for watching.